On theme with today's video, I would like to showcase my Legacy of Life collection, featuring this sweatshirt for the upcoming colder months. And everything has the channel name on the back. We also have items for toddlers and, of course, a onesie for the babies. You can find the link for all of this and more on the second page of the website that will be in the description. Thank you so much for anyone who decides to support, and please enjoy the video. I just want to start this out by saying that this is my perspective as a pregnant mother myself, who is definitely not rolling in the dough and just comfortably sailing through life. So that is where I'm coming from. And let's go. There are references in the Bible to people sacrificing their sons and daughters in the fire to the god, or I believe it's goddess, Moloch. And of course, it was something that the God of the Bible, Jesus Christ, disapproves of. Here are some verses about that. And you shall not let any of your descendants pass through the fire to Moloch, nor shall you profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Leviticus 18:21. Ahaz was 20 years old when he became king, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and he did not do what was right in the sight of the Lord his God, as his father David had done. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel. Indeed, he made his son pass through the fire, according to the abominations of the nations whom the Lord had cast out from before the children of Israel. 2 Kings 16:2-3. And lastly, you shall not worship the Lord your God in that way, for every abomination to the Lord which he hates they have done to their gods, for they burn even their sons and daughters in the fire to their gods. Deuteronomy 12:31. The main reason that I brought this up, though, is that I believe that the push for and the glorification of abortion that we have seen pretty much throughout my whole entire lifetime, I'm 34 years old, is just another version of this satanic sort of, ritualistic sacrifice, just done in a different way. And after the Texas abortion bill came out, it's like the flames were fanned in this battle between good and evil in this area. According to the brief, Texas' new abortion law, which bans abortions at about 6 weeks from the patient's last menstrual period, rests on the actions of private citizens to enforce the law rather than the government. Abortion patients themselves can't be sued, but anyone who performs or aids with the abortion can. The law dramatically expands the concept of a civil lawsuit and is aimed at keeping providers from using Roe v. Wade as a legal defense. Thankfully, the Supreme Court decided not to block the law, and apart from people like those pictured here rioting to be able to kill their babies, according to a Rasmussen poll, the majority of likely voters actually support this law, while 11% of people are undecided. And here is somebody who is very pro this law for what I would say is very good reason. Gianna Jessen says, as someone who was born alive in an abortion clinic, after surviving an abortion for 18 hours and having cerebral palsy as a result, I want to thank the state of Texas for showing everyone else how it's done. I mean, if something like that doesn't make somebody think twice about supporting the Women's Health Protection Act, which we're about to talk about, that allows abortion up to birth, I really don't know what would. That has to be a very traumatic thing to have gone through, knowing that your own mother and possibly your own father not only condoned for this to happen to you, but they willfully chose it. I can hardly even comprehend having to live with that. Okay, but despite the majority of likely voters being for the Texas abortion law, Planned Parenthood, they made a statement about it in various ways, such as this sob story that I'm about to share with you. Desperation, crisis at Planned Parenthood clinic under the new Texas abortion law. People don't know where to go, a staffer at the clinic said. Oh my, they can't kill their babies. Where are they going to do it? And so they say at a Planned Parenthood clinic in Houston, it has turned into a crisis center with women desperate and begging for care, a distraught staffer told ABC News. People don't know where to go. Doris Dixon, who oversees patient access, said in an emotional interview, of course, it was emotional, it's got to tug on the heartstrings. And so I just gotta say, it really grinds my gears that they would refer to abortion as care. It's not care, it's the opposite of that. It's ripping infants apart limb from limb in the womb in what's supposed to be the safest place that they could ever be. And that is not hyperbole. You can look that up yourself if you haven't seen it before. And here is the reaction on the Texas abortion bill from popular YouTuber God is Gray, who is a so-called progressive Christian. One of the most recent videos I saw from her, though, she said that she just calls herself a Christian now because I guess the term progressive Christian has gotten kind of skewed in her eyes. However, you will see that this Instagram post from her is saying that Texas put a 10K bounty on, women who get abortions, and that is not even accurate. Unless she was saying it in the sense of that, people can technically be bounty hunters and sue people because a woman had an abortion, which is accurate. Since, the article that we just saw said that the women themselves cannot be sued. But it looks like maybe she didn't do much research and got confused about that and just made an emotional, response to it that is going to get her followers to emotionally react and just keep supporting this form of child sacrifice, which is really, really insane. They're going to keep fighting for child sacrifice because of this emotional, unthought out, unresearched response from somebody who they look up to. And here are some real life takes from women and girls who have had abortions talking about it, how they feel about it now. One of them says that they didn't regret it, but they are still entitled to grieve it. A lot of them are unfortunately saying, best decision of my life, I don't regret it. However, I think it's a lot of cognitive dissonance based on the brainwashing of our society because this person says, I don't regret my abortion, however, I still find it painful to think about. I sometimes wonder who my baby was. I wish I could like that, but I regret it so much. It hurts every time and every day. And this last girl says, that's not what feminism is about. I feel bad for my abortion, and that's okay. It most certainly is. So abortion hurts the women and girls who take part in it, but Nancy Pelosi doesn't care about that. She just wants to push back on pro-life legislation and fight for the continual and expanded legal murder of children in the womb, for which reason she came out with the Women's Health Protection Act. And this is all my opinion, of course. And here's the bill from Congress. It says to protect a person's ability to determine whether to continue or end a pregnancy. Again, a person's ability. And to protect a healthcare provider's ability to provide abortion services. And a little further down, abortion services are essential healthcare, and access to those services is central to people's ability to participate equally in the economic and social life of the United States. Abortion access allows people who are pregnant to make their own decisions about their pregnancies, their families, and their lives. This is very interesting verbiage that is used here because I've always heard that it's all about a woman's right to choose and that women were the ones who got pregnant and were supposed to have the say in whether or not they continued that pregnancy. And it turns out that the experts who I looked up agree with that. They confirm that is the case. From NIH.gov, pregnancy is the term used to describe the period in which a fetus develops inside a woman's womb or uterus, not any old person, a woman. And again from Encyclopedia Britannica, pregnancy, process and series of changes that take place in a woman's organs and tissues as a result of a developing fetus. It also mentions at the end that this is referring to pregnancies in humans, so that seems to imply that the fetus is a developing human being. Just something to note. But the vote on this bill was 218 to 211, and thankfully it is not expected to have the necessary votes to pass when it goes to the Senate. The House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had announced the House would take up the legislation following the controversial Texas law. But that is the video for today. I hope that this has made some people think twice a little bit about abortion if you have been for it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Since you liked the video enough to watch it all the way to the end, don't forget to click the thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed. If you would like to support what I do here, check out the link in the description. Have a wonderful night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time zone you are in, and I will see you next time. Bye.